Good evening and welcome to Rock River Community Radio's broadcast of EP Sports. Tonight we're coming to you live from Prophetstown High School, where we've got our last home volleyball game of the season. Your 31-3 Prophetstown, Erie Prophetstown Panthers taking on the Morrison Phillies, coming in with a record of 12-15-3. And we're just minutes away from the start of this match. I'm Scott Miner alongside co-host, as always, Coach Ryan Winkler. Coach, good to have you along again for the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, super excited. Absolutely crazy that we are in the last week and a half of the fall regular season. Super excited about postseason next week for both our Lady Panthers headed to Rock Falls and our football team after we play at Princeton, finding out Saturday, where we're going to be able to go for playoffs. So just an exciting time for our community. And just super excited for our girls tonight to have this last home game as a really good tune-up before regional start.
Yeah, the girls, let's recap a little bit of what's going on right now. 31-3 over the course of this season. Only 3 losses that they've had have been in tournament play. On the weekends, they've been dubbed back-to-back Three Rivers Conference champions, back-to-back seasons where they've ran the table in conference play. It's just been a phenomenal run for them. And winners of 23 of the last 24 matches on just an incredible run. Right now we're going to get ready for the national anthem, so we'll step aside and let that take place. We'll be back shortly. And the national anthem has been played. They're going to get ready to do starting lineups. And while they're doing that, Coach, you talked about postseason. That starts next week. Our first game is going to be next Tuesday night. We're going to take on the winner of number 8-seeded Hall and number 9-seeded Oregon. We beat Hall twice this year already. We haven't seen Oregon yet at all. So look to have a strong start anyway to our postseason next Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's always nice to have that first round bye, get a couple extra practices in, get to have an extra scout. I really do think the girls have been really focused. I think they know, what the postseason's all about after the run last year. A lot of senior leadership with some youngsters that have really stepped up and done some really nice things for the girls in some adversity this year, and just super excited for the opportunity for them to do something special again.
If they're able to get past that Hall or Oregon game, they're going to take on a formidable foe in either Rock Falls, who's got the number 4 seed, or Riverdale, the number 5 seed. We talked about that a little bit in last week's broadcast about how difficult of a draw that might be.
It's brutal. There's just no way around it. But, talking with Coach Bram earlier this week, she's excited for the opportunity. You have to, once again, like we always say, you have to beat the best to be the best. And if we're able to get through that regional, we're definitely going to be tested for the sectional.
Starting lineups for your Panthers with the lights out. That's always a cool thing to be a part of. Elena Frank getting the start tonight. Didn't see any action in senior night's game. Just a sophomore, but a powerful arm and a very athletic kid. Look forward to seeing her on the court tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Bram definitely is using this game, at least the first part of it, to make sure that we get kind of a rotation that we're probably going to be using a little bit more during regionals to get that feeling. Obviously, I think Kaylee's ankle is still a little tender, so I'm guessing that she's probably not going to get as many reps as she normally would in tonight's game, just to make sure that she's 100% ready for the biggest games of the year. So just excited to see these girls tonight in front of the crowd for the last time as we finish up the regular season.
Morrison coming in, like I mentioned earlier, with a record of 12-15-3, 3-6 in their conference. As you might remember if you've been following any EP Sports for any period of time, they were conference foes for a long time, made the switch over to the Northwest Upstate Illini Conference, or the NUIC, a couple of years ago. They're in 15th place in that conference with a 3-6 record. Top of that conference is Durand at 10-0. Galena, Fulton, and Eastland all with one loss. They got a week of conference play left over there in that conference. Interestingly enough, none of them play each other this week, so they all kind of have their destinies in their own hands, but can't really do anything playing each other. So it might be an interesting way with things how things unfold there in the NUIC volleyball side.
Yeah, they got some really strong programs, especially at the Class 1A. So it's going to be exciting to see that conference, what they can do in the postseason as well.
Morrison's a young team. Got a chance to just talk with the Morrison head volleyball coach's husband here as I was getting things set up, and they're excited about where the program's heading. But again, just 3 seniors on this team, and they're getting better every game. And Morrison will start off with the first point of the night.
These games mean so much to a team like that. I know just, for our basketball program, kind of we've been in their shoes, the last couple of years, and all of those really, really difficult road games, have hopefully set you up for when you become upperclassmen to be able to compete at the highest level at every spot.
Big kill from Lauren right there in the middle, set up nicely by Wynn, who gets the nod for tonight's game, like you had mentioned, Coach, for Kaylee, who they're going to try to rest with that ankle. Quickly, Elena out and Wynn out. Kaylee will come in to serve, and Kaler also into the ballgame.
That's one of the ones we talked about kind of last game with Mendota. If you can get it a little bit higher right at the net on that quick for Lauren, there's no one in the area that can really stop that. And they did a great job with that, and hopefully that's going to be some momentum that we need here to start.
Kaler with a push over the net. Free ball to Morrison. Big hit there. And that's number 11. And you know what? Their program doesn't have numbers listed with their names, so that'll be difficult to figure out who that is. Don't know what they do. That is Lila Bikema.
And she comes up with an ace next. She's got a good swing on her.
And folks, Lila is just a freshman. Woo. And the second ace for Morrison, 4-1. The Panthers trailing early.
That's the intimidation at the net. Got a nice free ball. Oh, just snuck that inside the antenna. There's a good pass. Lauren with the set.
To Aubrey on the outside. Aubrey Heisman with a kill to the back left corner. 4-2. Panthers making a little dent in that Morrison lead. Ella's going to check in. Aubrey will check out. Ella will be your server. That ball off the block of Kaler and out of bounds. 5-2 Morrison.
A lot like last game. Remember Mendota stayed in system for a lot of that first set. And Morrison's done a great job so far of really staying in system. We're having a little bit more difficult time right now of making the correct pass to get us where we want for our swingers.
Ella with the reception there. Nice little push down by Lauren, and then a big block by Lauren at the net.
That was a great dig by Morrison, but Lauren has done that about 2 or 3 times the last couple matches where she's just a single block right in the middle, and she does such a great job of reading where it's coming.
Lauren leading the team in blocks with 57 coming into today.
It's a really good pass to start. Nice job by
block.
Eden
Now it seems like EP's getting into the rhythm a little bit. And that'll be 4 hits. Ball lands on the tape on an attempted kill from Ashland. 6-3.
I thought for sure we are going to have a free ball there, but Bykema hits a heavy ball. That was a really good attack from the back row to put pressure on our Panthers.
Ashland once again into the net. Ashland thought that was blocked at the net and should have stayed in play, but officials didn't see it that way. Good receive from Ella there.
What a back set by Kaylee.
Ooh, they're going to call that. Okay, they're going to call it out. That'll be a point to Morrison. 8-3. Morrison on a bit of a heater right now.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence.
They're going to call that in. Questionable, I thought, but they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Morrison. That's an ace, 9-3. If you remember back to the Mendota game, if you were watching, it seemed like not only were we not playing well, but we were also not getting the breaks early in that game. And that ball is going to fall inbounds.
Yeah, they have found every soft spot so far.
10-3 your score. Coach Bram's going to take a timeout.
It's a great start by Morrison. They are playing really, really well right now. The thing that I've been really impressed with our girls throughout the season, however, is nothing really seems to rattle them. I think Coach Bram's done a good job of calling timeouts and kind of refocusing them. And when they do, they usually come out a little bit more focused on what they need to do. It's really hard to not overlook opponents, especially as you're headed into the postseason. And honestly, as a coach, I think this is the best case scenario for your team because you got to refocus and you got to make sure that you play every point and take every opponent as serious as you possibly can because this is the end of the season. And after tonight, it's one and done. So excited to see kind of maybe where the Panthers are at for this timeout, see if we can regroup a little bit.
I got a chance to chat with the girls during the freshman game over there, and they as a group, then that ball's going to sail along. Good timeout by Coach Bram there to break the rhythm. The girls were just, they all said, hey, this doesn't feel like a game day to us. It's Monday. They were tired. They just weren't feeling it. And they're kind of showing that right now. All right, Kayler's going to come out. Kaylee's going to come out. And Wynn will check in. Elena will check in. Wynn will be serving.
Well, if they weren't feeling it before the match, I guarantee you they're feeling it now.
10-4 your score. Panthers trailing. Miss hit off the side of the Morrison hitter.
There you go.
And there's a good hit from Ashland, and that'll fall to the Morrison side. And we got a kill, second kill of the night for the Panthers, 10-5. Win with a good serve. Needham finds a little soft spot over there on the far right side.
Eden won the battle at the net. They had a really good recovery. Eden's done that so well the last few games is the little tip to the front corner. Just great awareness by Eden at that point for a big point. That's a great get by Ashland to keep the point alive. Good swing by Elena on the outside. That was great coverage by Bryn. Oh, tough one.
And that ball tipped at the net by Morrison back onto EP's side. And no foul call. That'll be a point to Morrison, 11-6. They're going to run 4 across the back row here to help with the serve. And they're going to let that one go long. 11-7, Ashland will serve. Aubrey Heisman in, Ella Brooks out.
We definitely need to make a little bit of a push here. Bikema's about ready to come back into the front row. Their best attacker.
Oh, good.
She is back in the front row, my bad.
Good hit there down the left line for a point for Morrison. (12-7). Still staying within striking distance. Libero to serve for Morrison.
Really good pass by Bryn.
Outside set just a little too deep for Aubrey. Good adjustment.
Good touch at the net.
Eden recognizing that one wasn't going to clear the net and gave good effort to try to clear that and ended up knocking it out of bounds. 13-7 your score.
Here's where we just need a good pass to get us back in the system. Get a little bit of momentum on our side. Fortunate there that win wasn't called under the net.
Yep.
See if we can take advantage of it.
Morrison playing well right now.
They are. We're definitely just a little off.
That ball sails wide left for the Phillies. Lauren will come in on rotation. Eden out. Bryn will serve.
Wow, it's a really good pass on a tough serve.
And into the net for the Phillies. Point to the Panthers. Panthers within 4. 13-9. And that one's going to sail long for Bryn. A couple of substitutions coming in for the Phillies.
I know we used a baseball analogy a while ago for us, but that's kind of what Morrison's done. About 2 every 3 points right now. Kind of build a little bit of a 5-point lead. See if we can kind of turn that momentum back the other way. Their passes have been so good.
Yeah. Ball finds the side of EP, and another point for Morrison, 15-9. Riley Onken, a freshman, serving. EP's offense is just not in sync. And unfortunately, that one sails long from the middle hitter. Kaler will come back in for Wynn. Kaylee will come in for Elena, and Kaylee will serve.
We are just athletic enough to be able to keep a lot of balls alive and put a little bit pressure on the defense all the time. But when we're at our best is when we're making those perfect passes and Kaylee's able to set our attackers right where they want. So now that she's back in, see if we can take advantage of a few of these. There we go.
And a poor set by Morrison results in a miscue and a point for the Panthers, 15-11. Your Panthers trailing by 4. A little lighter crowd on the adult side tonight, but the student section packed as always.
I was going to say, and that's without our fresh off football players that have made the trip to Mendota tonight for the game. Ooh.
And a collision at the net with Kaylee and Aubrey. I think both are okay. Looked like they went head to head. Yeah, you mentioned the fresh off football team traveled to Mendota. They got a busy week this week. They went to Mendota tonight. And because of what's happening with playoff week next week, we're gonna play fresh off and varsity Friday night in Princeton. So they're going to turn around and play again Friday night on a big travel day. So a lot of miles they're putting on the bus this week. Unfortunately, the sophomore team dropped another close one tonight, 15-8, and they're back-to-back losses after starting the season 6-0. So they've fallen to 6-2 on the season. Ella Brooks serving. Score 16-12.
There's an in system. Good spot. Oh, just a little deep.
And Lauren pushes that one out. Love to see Lauren be able to get up and knock that one down to the 10-foot line, and wasn't able to do it there. 17-12. And once again, Ashlyn puts one into the net. Wouldn't say that's dead legs, just off on her timing just a little bit.
But like in that situation, Kaylee had to set one high, on a pass over her head instead of being able to do that. And when we're able to do that, we're really good. So it starts with our first pass, get it to Kaylee where she's going to be able to put it into our attackers. I still feel confident with our girls. I still think with Lauren serving as well as she has, that we can put a little bit of a push here to end this first set.
How fun is that front line when you can have Kaler on the backside hitting, Lauren in the middle, and Ashlyn on this strong side as an outside hitter.
We are definitely, like you said, a step slow.
And Coach Bram's going to take her second time out of the game. 19-13, your Panthers trailing.
Going back to the JV football Panthers real quick. I know they've dropped a couple close ones. Last second one, 2 weeks ago in a tough one-score game, but just really proud of them. There's been a lot of guys that we have robbed to come up at the varsity level, or we had Trevin, unfortunately, that had to move out of district, and he was a big part of that team. I know they've had some injuries and some different things, so for them to be as competitive as they've been all year long and be able to play some of the best, teams in our conference with some guys that maybe haven't had a lot of experience at times, I want to give them a shout out. I think they're doing just a tremendous job. They've been in every game, and if they stick with it, especially in the weight room, they have a really bright future ahead of them.
Absolutely. And I also want to just shout out to the sophomores that have come up and have done so well at the varsity level. Some of them have been up from the very start this year. Some have come up and have transitioned to full-time varsity. Those guys have they've been a big part of the success of varsity EP football this year.
Yep.
So
I would say we have 5 or 6 of them that have just had a huge impact on our football team.
All right, 19-13 is your score here, and coming out of the timeout, Phillies are going to grab another point, 20-13, up 7 and in control of game number 1 here. In the game, front row, Eden Kaler and Kaylee Keegan, the setter. Bryn, Ella, and Ashlyn in the back row.
Morrison's just doing a great job of getting to everything right now.
A little confusion there with the receive for Morrison, and that ends up with a point to the EP Panthers. This rotation, Wynn will check back in for Kaler. Elena will check back in for Kaylee. Wynn will set and serve. Good serve by Wynn. That'll be a free ball to the Panthers. They're going to call the Phillies in the net.
There we go.
We got the score wrong there. Yeah, 20-15 is the score. Home fans making sure the scoreboard was correct there. They gave it to the wrong person for a second there. Or wrong team. All right, Panthers on a little bit of a run here, 20-16. Nice little push point there for Eden in the front row.
Eden's favorite spot. Good spot by Ashlyn. Wentz had 3 good serves where they've had to have a difficult pass. Oh, that's out.
Whew, fortunately, no EP Panther touched that one, and went off the tape and wide left. 17-20, your Panthers pulling within 3 and win on a run here. And another good serve.
Yep, another good spot. There you go, Bryn. That is what we want. It's a good swing by Ash. Even though I won the net, that was more us.
21-17. Another freshman. Another mistake by EP. And my apologies if you're from Morrison and listening there. That is Sophia Milnes doing the serving. I had the wrong roster up. I was looking at the freshman roster.
I was going to say, man,
A lot of freshmen.
a lot of freshmen that are playing.
Ella with the receive there.
There we go, Ash.
Ash with a kill. 22-17. Aubrey will check in. Ella out. Ashland will serve. It's my favorite score of all time, 22-18. Before we got this co-op, and I love this co-op, Erie and Provincetown, obviously we were rivals 45 years ago, and this was a score of ours. There's an ace from Ashland.
Hopefully that will loosen up Ashland a little bit, get a little bit of a good break, make a little bit of a push here to end the first set.
Yeah, it looks like Ashland's being pretty hard on herself right now, and you're right. I hope that loosens her up. Ooh, Nama goes into the net. 23-19. Libero. Claire DeRicky serving for Morrison. Good save by Wynn there.
That was a really nice pass.
And the big hitter for Morrison, Milnes, the freshman with a kill. 24-19 game point. And into the net. And the Panthers holding on to life here, 24-20.
Well, we have our best server and our best attacker back in the game. So let's see if we can make a little bit of a push. Really good pass for them to start off.
Now they're going to push that one out of bounds, 24-21.
Once again, that's just where our block, Lauren and Elena, just makes you do things a little bit different than what you normally would. Really good serve by Bryn. Great job by Ash.
1-2. They're going to call that out of bounds. There was Coach Bram was screaming that should have been 4 hits. And Morrison's going to take a timeout. Up 24-22. Panthers on a run, trying to hold on to game 1 here.
Yep, great timeout by Morrison. We know why. Break that momentum a little bit. See if that'll throw Bryn off. Knowing Bryn, she's been in this situation a lot. So if she can keep putting really good serve in, some pressure, once again, I think we have the lineup right now that can continue to do some damage. This is what I love about this team. I mean, honestly, probably the first set should have been done about 4 or 5 points ago, just how we just haven't really been that sharp. And we just keep fighting, find a way, keep putting pressure on the other team. So we'll see if our girls can come back and finish this off, or if we're going to have to battle through, try to get to 3.
That one finds the net, and Phillies will take game 1, 25-22.
Morrison had a great first set. Talking about the NUIC, talking about all of the tough competition they played. I know you can look at their record, but they're just quality teams up there. They've had to fight. This is not a situation that they are unfamiliar with the type of teams, that they play. And, let's be honest, they were ready to play. And our girls now find themselves in the same position where we were against Mendota. And we will see how we're able to fight back through and see if we can win a tough 3-set match now.
Morrison's postseason looks daunting, to say the least. I was talking, like I said a little bit earlier, with the head volleyball coach's husband, and they got a 2-hour drive heading over to Yorkville Christian.
Jeepers.
And they're going to take on the winner of, I take that back, they're going to play number 8 Yorkville on their home court next Monday night at 7 o'clock. So they got a 2-hour drive to play a 7 o'clock match and then drive home. If they win, they'll have a day rest and then have to go back. And if they end up winning that first game, they're going to take the number 1 overall seed of their sectional, Newark. So tough road for the Morrison Phillies in the postseason.
Welcome to the postseason. Been a part of it for a really long time. And it's a lot of fun.
Those are names you may or may not recognize. Morrison, obviously a smaller school there in 1A, EP in 2A.
But yeah, with the amount of underclassmen that Morrison is playing right now, just very, very impressed with how they handled themselves in a tough situation, finishing off that first set after a quick timeout. They definitely are loose and excited. So we'll see how our Lady Panthers respond here in the second set.
You'd mentioned the football team on a roll. They're 6-2 now. Absolutely playoff bound. 5-4 likely was going to get us in. 6-2 definitely gets us in. Going to play Princeton Friday night. Had a good game against Mendota. Mendota's on their trajectory is upward.
Absolutely.
Playing better football, but we managed to win that game 27-14. Derek Nosker had an exceptional game, was the Scots MVP. Had 9 tackles, a sack, a block punt, scoop and score at a critical point of the game. And it was just a good football game to win.
Absolutely. And I know it was a 2-possession game. Honestly, I think we dominated that game a lot more than a 2-possession game. We just stalled out a couple times and didn't execute exactly the way, that we have in the past. And a lot of it had to do with injuries and guys filling in. So super excited about opportunity on Friday.
Gavin Adams also with a big game. 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns for 118 yards. A big 92-yard touchdown reception early in the game and also an interception. All right, let's not talk about football the rest of the day. Let's talk about volleyball. Down 1-0 early. And that one into the net for the Phillies. Panthers tied up at 1. On the rotation, Eden will come out. Lauren in, and Bryn will serve. Good serve by Bryn.
It's a great get by Bryn. Keep that point alive. Great job by Elena.
That ball's going to sail long off Aubrey's arm. 2-1 Phillies.
Uncharacteristically, we've made kind of the unforced errors so far this game, where we've missed some tips, hit some a little deep, some missed serves that were really difficult to kind of overcome in that first set. So hopefully we can kind of clean a little bit of that up and keep that momentum alive.
Good decision by the Lady Panthers to let that one go. Wynn will check out, Kaler in, Elena out, Leah Milam in, and Leah will serve and be your setter. Wonder if they're going to shut Kaylee down for the day.
Yeah, we'll see. That little collision made me a little nervous in that first set. There we go.
Point for the Panthers. We got our first lead of the night, 3-2.
That's something you haven't heard very much of this year.
Not a game plus in.
Right on the net.
And Lauren Abbott with a nice block, stuff at the net. Leah with another serve.
There we go.
Another. Yeah, that one, they're going to say 4 hits. Never did clear the tape. 5-2 Panthers.
This is more like it. Some really nice serves, put a little bit pressure on the defense, and then just continue to be solid after that. This is more of what we've come to expect this year with our Panther squad.
Leah doing a nice job, just a freshman. Getting some time on this varsity floor.
Really
Kaler with
nice,
a backside.
Yeah, really nice back set by Leah at that point. Nice job at the net. Oh, miscommunication.
4 Panthers all in a circle and lets it hit the ground. 5-3. You gonna get it? Nope, you're gonna get it.
And then everyone looks at each other.
Our receiving hasn't been
Yeah.
sharp tonight.
Yep, so far that's the part that's let us down the most. Where Morrison has been pretty much on point.
Kaler drops one into the net. Blinking her eyes like she got a eye full of sun there. 5-4 Panthers still holding on. Harper Bykema serving for Morrison. There's a good set. Good dig by Bryn. And a big kill for Morrison. That's Hallie Schaefer in the middle there. Schaefer just a freshman as well. Leading the team in blocks.
Set's just a little too low to get those quicks right now. Nice job by the Panthers, though, to keep it alive. Put a little bit of pressure here on Morrison. There you go, Lauren.
There's a big block by Lauren. 6-5 Panthers. Single block. Second time tonight Lauren's been able to do that alone.
If you notice, right now a lot of our receiving passes are staying outside of the 10-foot attack line. We need to get it about, a foot, 2 feet inside of that where our setters can do some damage with it.
Ella serving. Free ball over for the Panthers.
Just outside is just difficult to get the attack where you want it, and it lets the block get set. Good spot by Lauren.
Lauren with a point. Been able to hit that soft spot over to the far right side at the 10-foot line a couple of different times between Lauren and Eden tonight. 7-5, Panthers on top.
There we go.
Another ball into the net for the Phillies. 8-5.
For our girls against Morrison right now, especially with who they have in the front row, I think this is where you want to set it as high as you possibly can every single time and just let our girls go up and hit it over top of the block. Because Ashlyn and Lauren and all the girls can get up and get it. You just got to get it. There you go. You got to get it nice and high, give them a lot of different options on what we can do with the attack.
That one's going to fall as well. Philly's doing a good job of finding the soft spots in Panther defense.
There's a perfect pass.
Philly's doing a nice job blocking at the net tonight. Lauren with an outside or backside hit for a kill. 9-6.
Good job by Leah setting that nice and high.
Rotational bring. Bryn off. Eden to the front row. Lauren serving. Lauren leading the team in aces this year with 39. And that one's going to sail long. Broadcaster curse right there. Bryn will check right back in for Lauren. 9-7, Panthers up.
This is where we need to 3 quick side outs to get Lauren back in the front row. That's one. We'll take that one.
Back-to-back service errors for Morrison and EP. Wynn and Elena will check in. Kaler and Leah out. Wynn will try to get us on a run here.
Good serve. It's a tough one. Thought we were in really good position with how they had to attack outside the 10-foot line there, and we're just a step slow. We're just not quite as sharp as we've been for most of the season.
Claire DeRicky serving. Once again, not a great receive. Pushes us out of sync, and that ball falls long. Phillies come within a point of the Panthers, 10-9. Another ball into the net for the Panthers. All knotted here at 10s. Big hitter outside for the Phillies, able to get one down there, and Morrison retakes the lead, 11-10.
The shades of old conference rivals just going back and forth at each other right here. Nice shot at the net by Elena and Eden. Another good job at the net. There we go. Oh, man. Man, that's a tough point because honestly, I thought we dictated that point about 95% of the time, and Morrison gets the point.
12-10, Phillies on top. And Wynn does a nice job of pushing that ball over the net and getting us a point. 12-11. Ashland will serve. Aubrey will check in for Ella.
That was a really good job. We really needed that point to kind of break their momentum, see if Ash can go on a little bit of a run here. Really, really nice pass.
Oh, no. Poor effort there on a free ball that came across the net. Results in a point for the Phillies, 13-11. Just can't seem to get anything mounted. Backside hit to Eden.
By Eden.
That rotation that'll bring Eden off. Lauren to the front row and Bryn to the serve. Panthers trailing by 1, 13-12.
Job by Ashland.
And another ball into the net. Had a number of those tonight.
Yep.
Good serve by Morrison there.
Great serve. Swing by Ash.
Might have been Ashland's best swing of the night right there.
Nice job by Lauren. Able to kind of overcorrect there. That was a tough one to get and attack off the side block, which was really nice.
Kaler and Leah will come in. Wynn and Elena will rotate out. Leah will serve.
Don't want to be alternating points at this point of the game, though. This is where it'd be nice to get on a little bit of a run.
Panthers trailing 14-13 right now. Already down 1-0. Block at the net there. There's a point for the Panthers.
Another good pass. Nice job at the nets.
Good block there. Is that Lauren with the touch?
Yep.
3 or 4 blocks for Lauren tonight. 15-14, your Panthers on top.
Really good spots by Leah.
Free ball coming. Taylor on an attempted push over to the net and comes up a little short. All knotted at 15s. Getting a little nervous here.
Yeah, just a little tentative.
Yep.
Like that's it. They're playing to not make a mistake instead of just trusting themselves and taking the swings that they normally take.
Another backside swing.
How is that?
And Lauren finishes that off. A good set and finish.
One time I want to come to practice and just stand there and see what that feels like, knowing Lauren's right over top of you, ready to hit it inside the 10-foot tackle line. That was scary.
Ella comes in to serve. Aubrey out. We'll send it all the way outside
nice
to
by
Ashland.
There we go. Good swing by Kaler.
Taylor all the way across to this back left corner. Finds the ground.
There we go. A little bit of a run.
And Morrison's going to burn their first time out of the night and of this game. 17-15. I think it's the first time we've had a 2-point lead, isn't it?
Yeah. Just being honest, just watching the girls come off the court, there's just not a lot of intensity or excitement right now. And, you know, this opportunity to really bring some excitement. I think, once again, I think we're more worried about some of the mistakes that we've made instead of just understanding that's just part of volleyball. And we're not going to be able to hit, but we definitely need somebody to bring some energy and encouragement right now. So hopefully we can maybe press here a couple more points, you know, finish this set out strong, get some momentum. But I agree with you kind of earlier, just kind of just stale, dead. See if we can get some momentum here.
How hard is it? You know, you've got 34 matches in this year. That's a lot of volleyball. And these girls are, you know, a lot of these girls are just coming off of club and directly into to this season. And that's just a lot of volleyball.
Yep.
All right, Ella continuing serve. 17-15. Panthers on top right now.
Nice job at the net. Nice job by Kaler. There we go. That was a great get. Yes.
And Lauren and Ashland with a good block over here on this near side. 18-15. There was a point we needed.
That's the first time that we've really seen some really good excitement.
Crowd getting into it just a little bit there. Much needed.
Nice job, Bryn, right there to cover it up.
Gonna hit it from the back row, and that ball was gonna go out, but Ella didn't recognize it and tried to save it. And off her hands, point to the Panthers, 18-16. That's a tough, quick decision you have to make.
Yep.
Certainly don't blame her for that. I'd do the same thing 100 out of 100 times.
Coming right at you. There we go. You get one right back.
Made a good decision there and let that ball go wide left. 19-16. And Lauren will serve Eden into the front row. Bryn will have a seat.
This is the lineup that we did the most damage against Mendota the other night with Lauren serving. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more momentum here. Nice job, girls. Nice job, Kaler. Out. There we go.
There's There's the energy we're looking for right there. Good, some good work there by the Lady Panthers to keep that ball alive and just let the Phillies make a mistake. 20-16, Panthers up 4.
That was an exciting point. Definitely needed that one. Really good serve by Lauren. There we go. Now we got to use it. Oh, just tough. Passes have been just off. Good swing by Ashlyn that time. Out, out, out. Good pass by Ella. Oh, just out.
Ball's going to tilt just wide left off Kaler's arm. And 20-17, Lauren out. Bryn back into the back row. Senior Sophia Milnes to serve for Morrison.
There's been just a handful of those tonight that just like there's eyes on the volleyball, you just see that open spot.
20-18, your Panthers nursing a 2-point lead right now.
Yep, good job.
They're going to call Morrison into the net. A couple of substitutions forthcoming for your Panthers. 21-18. Wynn will check back in along with Elena, Kaler, and Leah will check out.
Serve by Wynn to start. Oh, great pass by Bryn. You just cannot get the ball to Ash tonight in a spot where she feels comfortable to be able to attack from. Oh.
That set was off the mark. And point to the Phillies, 21-19. Serving will be Ricky for Morrison. Deep serve there, or deep receive, excuse me. 21-20. And the Panthers are going to take a timeout. Up a point, but definitely not having Mo on their side right now.
Morrison's feeling really good, and don't blame them. They've played a great match so far, where we kind of have a little bit of a breathing room and then just a few little fundamental things that go a little awry for us. And honestly, and I think if everyone, goes back and watches the film, especially coaches, it's just little fundamental things where our receiving hasn't been the best to get it to exactly where our setters need to be. Sometimes our sets are not quite where they need to be for our hitters. It's just a little bit definitely off of where we're normally at. So we'll see if this timeout did a good job of breaking the rhythm and if we have a chance to get back into this.
(21-20) your score. And a good serve by Morrison. Panthers will have to throw a free ball over the net. Ella with a nice save.
Going back out to their best hitter again. Oh my goodness. Continuing to find the open gap. All right.
21-all.
It's go time. Here we go. Nice pass. Out.
That ball's going to go out of bounds, no tip. 22-21. Aubrey Heisman will come in for Ella. Ashlyn will serve. Good block in the front there by Eden Elena. Ooh, got away with one there. Set went over to Morrison's side. They didn't recognize it and just let it fall. 23-21.
I think thankfully Eden just got a fingertip on it just to change direction just enough on that. Great job at the nets.
They're going to say that didn't clear the net. They're going to say 4 hits for Morrison. That was questionable, but 24-21. Morrison's going to opt to not take a timeout here. Game point for the Panthers, and that one falls into the net, 24-22. See what the Lady Panthers are made of right here.
Yep, comes down to really easy. Not easy, but a pass, a good set, and an attack to finish this off. And it's going to stand.
And that ball falls to the floor for the Panthers, and they are nowhere close to being in sync right now. 24-23, still game point for the Panthers. I think they got away with one there. That should have been 4 hits and didn't get called.
Passes are just off.
24-all is the score. And the Panthers are going to take their final timeout here of the second game.
I'm just really impressed with Morrison, honestly. Like, there's a few times where they could have, let certain situations get to them, and they just have kept battling the entire time. So right now, once again, it comes down to fundamentals. Just need a really good pass. Need to make sure that we're able to set it to our attackers where they need to be and go. But I'm telling you what, right now, watching Morrison's faces, they definitely feel like they're on the cusp of doing something really special.
Yeah, and I've sat here and watched the EP huddle and did not get that same feeling, unfortunately. All right, here we go, 24-all. Going to set it over to Eden. She's going to take it to the back row.
Good spot by Eden. Oh, my gosh. They did a great job of keeping that up.
They sent it all the way to the outside.
Shot by Bren.
That ball falls into the net off of Aubrey. And your Panthers are a point away from dropping this match to the Phillies, 25-24.
It's a good receive by Eden. It's going to go to their best hitter. Ball game.
Point to the Phillies, match to the Phillies. And your Panthers drop one here. Last home game of the season for your Lady Panthers. And they fall short, will fall to 31-4 on the season. And what really was a lackluster effort tonight. Just couldn't put it together.
Had a great opportunity. I think we were up, 24-21, and I think the Phillies went on a 5-0 run to end. So, once again, just a great effort by Morrison. And now it's one of those things where definitely, obviously, not our best efforts. But I don't think sometimes that's a bad thing, where you're able to kind of now have a week to kind of reassess what went wrong, what went right. It's a good thing to be in this position. Number 1 seed in our regional still, ready to have everything in front of us, but need to make sure that we are focused on what we need to do moving forward. So it's definitely a learning experience for our Lady Panthers tonight.
For sure. We got a week to get healthy. Kaylee still nursing that sore ankle, and obviously, the ladies have been used to her setting all year, and I think it was a little evident the timing was off just a little bit tonight, and such a fickle game. We've talked about that the last couple of broadcasts. how the timing between a setter and a hitter is just so tough.
Yeah, and honestly, for most of the season, our girls haven't had a lot of adversity, which is a great thing because they've been playing so well. And so with a little adversity, comes a little bit more concentration, maybe a little bit more urgency in practice to make sure we go. And once again, like you can say, it's a Monday night, long weekend, doesn't really feel like a volleyball match, nothing to play for. We already have the seats, like all of those things. But ultimately, you got to be ready to come play every match. And tonight we were just off just a little bit, and now it's an opportunity to refocus and get ready for the most important matches of the season.
For sure. And certainly meaning no disrespect to either Wynn or to Leah tonight. Both very good setters in their own regard, just different than what the team has been used to with Kaylee setting most of the year. And so, we got a week to get things right, the ship righted a little bit, and get focused. The plan is right now for us to broadcast from Rock River Community Radio the postseason games. We are trying to get officially approved to be able to do that at Rock Falls next week. Be watching Facebook. We'll keep you posted as that unfolds this week. And if all goes well, we'll see you back here Tuesday night for us to take on the winner of either Hall or Oregon at, I think that's a 7 o'clock, maybe a 6 o'clock. Anyway, watch the website. Or Facebook. We'll keep you tuned in for when all that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yep, for Coach Winkler, for all of us at Rock River Community Radio, we appreciate you listening. Take care, and have a good night, and God bless.